All right, so let's talk about Google Classroom. It's new for 2018, summer of 2018. So let's dive right into it. I usually tell the kids to type in Classroom. I don't tell them .google.com. I just say type Classroom in the Google search bar. And then this is going to take a minute to load. Then I have them click on the very first hit, which is always Google Classroom. Now, some people, you can use the waffle. You can use the box of dots and you can click on Classroom right here. So that is a good way to do it. Or you can teach your kids to use Share to Classroom, which we are pushing out. So there's that. But I usually tell them just to go straight from Google, because on any device, any web page, wherever they're at, they can always get to Classroom by typing in Classroom and a Google search. Now, so we're here. And if you're a teacher, you might have to hit I am a teacher. There should be a student and a teacher. You may have to do that. And you may have a tour that you may have to click through. I'm not going to cover that today. You should figure it out. Let me click on the plus button right here. And then I'm going to click on Create Class. And sorry if this is going fast, but I usually get straight to the point. Create Class. Let's make this Camacho Science, 4th period. Name my class with my last name just so the kids know which class they're in. If you're 3rd grade and you only have 3 classes, all the kids know you're the science teacher, that's fine. But if you're in high school, you might want to put your last name. It's up to you. Oh, yeah, and you can put your class period down here, your subject down here. I put it all up here at the top. I don't know why. And let's wait for it. And like I said, this is new for 2018. I'm glad that we're making this video and doing this training tomorrow with the new features, so I don't have to go back and redo it. All right, so Google was smart enough to know that this is a science class, and it gave me a cell right here. But I don't want that. I'm going to click on Select Theme. And then this gallery should fire up. Let's scroll down and get these bottles right here. And then I'm going to move my little cameraman up. Let's close this. Now, if you give me a second, yes, the little bottles will all show up. So now we got a cool science room theme going on here. Of course, you can upload your own photos. Take a photo of your kids that are doing well. They'll freak out when they see themselves on your Google Classroom. Take a picture of your classroom. But let's click on this About button first off. And then this is our class code, but it's really small. Blow it up. Hit this button right here. And this is what you do on the first day of school. We've been using Google Classroom for a few years here, Wichita Falls ISD. Most of your kids know what to do. First day of school or whatever, you throw this code up on the board, they'll probably know exactly what to do. So I'm going to close this. And so things have changed. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but I'm going to click on the stream, or I'm in the stream where the assignments used to be. This is just for announcements now, announcements and posts. So let's start with that. I'm going to click on my little plus button. Let's do this again. I'm down here. Let's click on Create Announcement. Like I said, not a whole lot going on here. Field Trip Friday. You can add these things down here. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess with any of this yet. I just want to make a post. I'll get to all that stuff in a second. I'm going to click on Post. And now we have a little announcement. Let's add another one. Bring money. Oh, let's do bring food. Bring food. Post it. The new post bumped the other one down. So just like Facebook, older stuff goes to the bottom and then newer stuff goes to the top. All right. So let's skip over here and go to people. This is the meat and potatoes right here. It's classwork, but let's go to people. And if I wanted to add a co-teacher, I sure could do that by typing in their email address right here. So again, people, and these are the teachers. I can add a co-teacher, or I can add all my students one by typing in their email address. Don't do that. Just use the class code. Let's go to the settings. I can edit my class name right here by clicking on the pencil, and I have my options that we talked about earlier. Class code keeps on popping up. Let's throw it up there. So you got that option, but you have a few other options. Let's say you have a O and a 0, and the kids, you don't want to mess with explaining that. You can click on reset, and you get a new class code. And then you can copy that and then shoot that out however you want to do that. So that was display, copy, reset, and then disable. If you didn't want any more kids in your class, if you're in high school and kids are jumping in your class somehow by kids handing out the class codes, I don't know why they do that, but you can disable your class code, meaning nobody can get into your classroom. By the way, no one outside of Wichita Falls ISD can get into Wichita Falls ISD classrooms. We don't have to worry about creepers, so there's that. Students can post a comment at the beginning of the year. Let's shut this down. I'm going to do that real quick. So again, the stream, only teacher can post or comment. And later on in the year, you got your discipline going. This Google Classroom's nothing new. There's no, it's not crazy. You can come up here and say students can post and comment, or students can only comment. It's up to you. And let's do show deleted items. So if you accidentally make a post, if you make a post, you decide to change it, and then you can always delete things or delete assignments. This would show those. I don't know why you do that. That would be confusing to me, but there you go. And here are Guardian summaries. So that is where teachers are able to see what's coming up. Here, I'll just tell y'all. Teachers are able to see what is coming up. So they're able to, if you get their email address and send them an email, invite them and all that, they're able to see past, present, and future, yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Or you can set it as a week, and you can do last week, this week, and next week. This just shows your assignments. It does not show their students' work, so the parents can't get on and write a report for them. So that is settings. Now let's talk about the last thing. Yeah, I think it's about it. This is classwork. This is where you're going to do everything. So this is going to take a couple minutes. Stick with me. I'm going to click on classwork. And this is just like the other thing that we talked about, where newer assignments go down the line, and then newer assignments go to the top and older assignments go down the line. So let's create an assignment. There's a few things here. We'll talk about everything, but let's click on assignment. And I'm going to type, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, water cycle. And please complete this. I can't spell. Please complete this Google Slides. You give them a slides, you want them to work on it. Points, you can do 1 through 100. If I wanted to do 99, or if I wanted to do like 55, I sure could. Or you could do non-graded. Let's add a due date. Let's make this due next week. And let's add a topic. This is actually pretty cool. So I'm in the water cycle unit. So I'm going to make a water cycle topic, just like making a folder. All right, so yeah, water cycle topic. There you go. I'll tell you more about that in a sec. You do not have to do this, by the way, for all of your assignments or any of your assignments. You can just have your row of assignments, but it is nice to have them organized. I mean, I like to stay kind of organized. The kids might help them. So we might have a huge spelling error. So the kids, we might have a cell topic or a that would just be like having a folder, right? So all the assignments go into that topic that I put into the cell topic or the water cycle topic. It's just nice. Let's attach a Word document or anything off your desktop. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm on a Chromebook, but you could attach pictures you've downloaded, PDFs that you've downloaded, you want the kids to view, those types of things. But Word docs and Excel docs and PowerPoint docs aren't very googly. Let's use Google Drive right here. And I'm actually going to attach whatever I have in my drive. I'm going to find a Google Slides. Let's see what I've got. All right, we're going to do this one right here. So you click on your Google Slides and then click Add. All right, so this is important. Y'all pay attention. The students can view file. That is one file that I own. It's in my Google Drive, and all 30 of my kids that are in the room can access that file and view it. I own it. It's not in their drive. They can go to it anytime in Google Classroom. Students can edit file. I own that file. Again, it belongs in my drive, but it's a Google Slides and it has 30 different slides on it. Now I can tell the kids, you're number 1, you're number 2, you're number 3, and they go to slide number 1, slide number 2, slide number 3, and fill out a little bit of information. And we all are contributing or collaborating on this one Google Slides. Google Doc for a report, you want to split that up with 4 people, do the same thing. Just make a few copies of that and put it in this assignment and make you guys group 4. So you guys group 1, 2, 3, you guys group 4, whatever. Last, make a copy for each student. This is exactly like going to the copy machine and making copies for each kid. You will do this 90% of the time. That way each kid gets their own copy of this. They fill out whatever little bubbles, activities that you have for them to do. If it links to a YouTube video, they come back, they write their own little response. It's in their Google Drive. They own it. All right. Next up is you can attach a YouTube video, a link to a YouTube video, or a clean video search video right here, or basically any link. So if I wanted the kids to go to watercycle.com, in addition to doing this assignment, I could click right here and have a few different documents or links or Google Forms available to you. Speaking of, let's do a Google form. And take a look at something that I think is pretty cool. Yeah, right here. Classroom can import grades for assignments. So your Google Forms grades will now go directly into Google Classroom. Hopefully we could tie Google Classroom to Skyward. But yeah, heck yeah, I want to do grade import. Okay. Maybe we haven't done this yet, but yeah, that should be available soon. I'll get back to you. And let's click on the assign button. You have a few different options. You can save this as a draft, go to school, teach your lesson 30 minutes in, and then pop this assignment in and let the kids work on it when you're done teaching. They don't get into the assignment early. They don't mess around in there early. It happens on your time. You can schedule it. If you're going to be gone tomorrow, you can schedule this for 8 a.m. tomorrow, and the assignment will pop open at 8 a.m. so kids don't get it, too early again. But most of the time, you're going to click on assign right here, and it'll go straight to your feed. Now, 2 things you could do up here at the top that I didn't really talk about. I've got 4 periods, okay? So I want to assign this to a few of my other classes. Notice I have Camacho Science 3. I can add this to Camacho Science 3, and this should be Camacho Science 2, Camacho Science 1. Obviously, I didn't make those classes. But yeah, don't forget to send your assignments out to all 3 or all 4 or all 5 of your classes. I'll leave this with just 2 for now. And then, actually, I take that back. If I only have 1 class, but I'm really big on differentiation, I've got some kids that are lower, some kids that are higher. You can select all students, or you can just come down here and bubble in 1 student at a time. I don't have students in this classroom, But yeah, all of your students will be here. All 20 of them will be, you just bubble in whoever. So yeah, but most of the time, what I've seen is teachers sharing this out to multiple classes. So let me click on assign. Almost done, y'all. Oh, geez. Wait for it. By the way, this video is available at joenerdy.com. All right, so there's your water cycle topic, and your water cycle video is, or your water cycle assignment is right here underneath water cycle. If I click on assign and I add water cycle 2 or water cycle test, that will stay right here. It'll actually bump this one down and come up here at the top. So let's click on create and see what else is going on. I can post a question. That would mean that I just type out a question and the kids are able to respond back to that question. You have a few options. Kids can reply to each other. Students can edit their answers at a later date. And then you have multiple choice, or you have short answer, and then all of the other options that we looked at. So what this means is what I believe it means is kids can't see their answers or each other's answers until they answer the question, and then they will be able to see each other's questions. So I'm not going to fill that out. Just notice it's a little bit different. Don't forget to, very important, tag your other class. But yeah, you can pay attention to these options. Students can reply to each other. Students can edit, answer. Oh, and Google Drive. There you go. All right, next up, reuse post. If I posted something in my 3rd period class, but I forgot to tag my 4th period class, click on reuse post. Open up your 3rd period class. I probably don't have anything in there. Let me do this. Let me do this and reuse that post, right? So that's going to grab that entire assignment, line it all out for me, and assign it. All right, notice that just went to the stream, right? So here's my water cycle folder, and here's my just generic stream. Well, let's say we want a cell lesson and we want this in our cells. So click on create, click on topic, and let's add cell, plural. All right, there you go. You now have a water cycle group. You have cells, which is empty. I can make an assignment. I'm not going to do that though. And you have your stream, which is right here. Y'all let me know if there's anything y'all need. Your Google Calendar, you can view all of the assignments that are upcoming or past right here in Google Calendar. And this will take you to your Google Drive class folder with folders for each assignment and each kid. I'm not going to show you that. The architecture of that Google Drive folder is already built for you. It keeps everything separate. But you're going to click right here on water cycle, and you're going to get all of your kids' work right here in Google Classroom. It's already there for you. Let's take a peek. Right here. Let's take a peek, see what this looks like. Notice I got 55 that have turned this assignment in. I got 6 that have not. Sorry if I'm calling anybody out. But yeah, I got 55 that have turned this in, and now I could jump in here and see what Alanis has done. And yeah, she made a video. She did an Edpuzzle. She added a link. I could come in here and give her a 100. Good job, Bridget. And then return that assignment to her. If she's not happy with that, I can kick it back. Well, she can work on that work and then give it back to me. It's like taking the assignment, giving it to your teacher. I graded it. I looked at Bridget's stuff. I graded it. I handed it back to Bridget. I'm like, hey, you need to fix this. She can turn it back in if she wants to. We can go back and forth just like you normally would with a piece of paper. I think that is it. Y'all give us a shout at 235-1059, or my email is jcamacho, JCAMACHO @WFISD. And this can be found on joenerdy.com or at our instructional tech page. That's about it. Y'all have a good day.